Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back. Today we're going to be doing another zombies video. Now for this one, we are going to be ranking every starting pistol in COD Zombies. We are only going to be doing the Treyarch games, and we will not be including Vanguard or Cold War Zombies because in those games you can spawn with any weapon. So it's only going to be every game from World at War to Black Ops 4. And this list is going to include main starting pistols for each game and a couple of map-specific starting pistols as well. You will see as we go through this list. I also won't be doing any sort of criteria for this video because most of the starting pistols in Zombies share similar stats. This list is mainly going to be based off of aesthetic of each of the pistols and my personal opinion on what I think is better. And before we start, YouTube analytics show that 95% of you aren't subscribed, which is super low, so please leave a sub. But with all that out of the way with, let's just jump right into it. Now, coming in for the worst starting pistol, in my opinion, we have the MR6 from Black Ops 3. Now, there isn't really much wrong with this starting pistol in particular. One thing I will say is that there's no PhD in Black Ops 3, so when you do get this gun pack-a-punch to death and taxes, there's a really high chance that you're going to down yourself, which does really suck. But this pistol also looks really boring. I remember when Black Ops 3 first came out, a lot of people hated switching from the iconic M1911 that we all know and love to the MR6 because it just looks worse. And I know that they were going for more of the future look when it came to Black Ops 3, so it only makes sense to change out the starting pistol. But this gun just looks really bad, and compared to any of the M1911s, it just feels inferior. Another thing with Black Ops 3 in particular, if you complete all the Easter eggs and finish the super Easter egg on Revelations, you can actually spawn with an RK5, which is just superior in every single way. So why would you ever use the MR6? It serves little to no purpose. It looks bad compared to any of the other starting pistols, and it's very dangerous to use when you pack-a-punch it on Black Ops 3. So for that, it's coming in as our worst starting pistol. Coming up for our next pistol, we have the Colt from World at War. Now, this version of the Colt isn't the worst due to its looks or base stats. I actually think it looks better compared to the more current generations of the Colt. What makes this version of the Colt bad in particular compared to the rest is the pack-a-punch ability. This is the only version of the Colt where if you pack-a-punch it, you don't get the Mustang and Sally's. Instead, you get the C3000 biatches. Now, the name is incredible, but the actual effect of this weapon itself is underwhelming compared to the Mustang and Sally because you only get one explosive pistol instead of two. Not only that, but in World at War, there is no PhD or any method to reduce the explosive damage of this weapon. So compared to every other version of the M1911, the World at War version is just the worst. Now, granted, the gun itself isn't really that bad when it comes to looks. It looks a lot better and feels a lot better to use than the MR6 in my opinion, which is shocking because World at War is like 10 years older than Black Ops 3. Overall, though, this starting pistol is very solid and is implemented really well into World at War to the point where it would be reintroduced into pretty much every single Black Ops game in the future. But it doesn't hold up too well now, so we're going to keep it at our number 7 spot. Moving into our next starting pistol, we have the Colt from Black Ops 2. Now, this starting pistol does feel good to use. It takes a lot of inspiration from the World at War version of the Colt, but on the updated Black Ops 2 graphics, which is very appreciated. The big difference that makes this version of the M1911 better than the World at War version is the pack-a-punch ability. You get the Mustang and Sally's with the Black Ops 2 version of this Colt, and 2 pistols is always better than 1. The only reason I'm not putting this version of the Colt higher up on the list is because there once again isn't any reliable form of PhD on Black Ops 2. You have the perma-perk on Buried, but you could lose the perma-perk, so it isn't that reliable. Origins also has PhD, but there is no Colt on that map, so it's not really that useful. And you do have the perk machine on Mob of the Dead Grief mode, but I mean, let's be honest, nobody plays Grief. The Black Ops 2 version of the Colt is still a good starting pistol and is very similar to the World at War version, but the Black Ops 2 version is implemented with the Mustang and Sally's after you pack-a-punch it, so I'm going to put it right above the World at War version. Now, moving into our next pistol, we have the Black Ops 3 version of the M1911. Now, there really isn't much of an improvement from the Black Ops 2 version of the Colt and the Black Ops 3 version. Most of the differences are visual, and I do find the Black Ops 3 version better when it comes to aesthetics. It might just be the Black Ops 3 graphics, but this pistol looks really clean. Some argue and say that it looks almost like a toy gun, but I like the futuristic, simplistic look to it, and I like how it's more slender and not super bulky like the Black Ops 2 and World at War versions. This version of the Colt is only available on Zombies Chronicles maps with the exception of Origins. Treyarch had to add it back in because they got a lot of backlash from the community for putting in the MR6 on all the Chronicle maps, which just didn't feel right, and I do appreciate them going the extra mile and listening to the community feedback to add it back in, but unfortunately the Colt in this game does meet the same problems as the Black Ops 2 and the World at War versions, where there is no PhD. You do have the Danger Closest Gobblegum in Black Ops 3, but it only lasts 3 rounds, making it kind of worthless. So for this, I'm going to be putting the Black Ops 3 Colt at our number 5 spot. Coming up next, we have the Welling in Black Ops 4. Now, I know a lot of people are going to disagree with this pick, but I think this pistol is better than most of the M1911s. First off, the Welling does look really cool. I personally like the revolver type starting pistols. It kind of reminds me of the Executioner from Black Ops 2 or the Magnum from World at War. I think it looks really unique compared to the other starting pistols. Even if you don't like the looks of the Welling, you can't deny that the statistics of this weapon in Black Ops 4 is just better than the M1911s. On Black Ops 4, you have PhD Slider, which gives you full explosive protection, so you don't have to worry about dealing explosive damage to yourself. The Welling can also be double pack-a-punch unlike any versions of the M1911, making it more effective for higher rounds. And in Black Ops 4, you have Bandolier Bandit to increase the overall ammo that the weapon holds. Overall, when it comes to looks, it's arguable, but I like the way that the Welling looks compared to most of the other Colts. And even if you don't agree that it looks better, statistically on Black Ops 4, the Welling works better than every version of the M1911 on their respective game. So for that, the Welling is coming in at our number 4 spot. Moving into our top 3, at our number 3 spot, we have the best Colt in my opinion, the M19 from Black Ops 1. Now, first of all, this version of the Colt looks phenomenal. I love the way that it looks on Kino. You have this dark map with some bright shining areas, and then the Colt just stands out with its metallic shiny look. It shoots well and it feels and sounds great. When it comes to the looks, this starting pistol is by far the best. Not only does it look really good, but it is also really effective on Black Ops 1. On every DLC map on Black Ops 1, you have PhD, so you never have to worry about damaging yourself with the Mustang and Sally's, which is the only time from World at War to Black Ops 4 that the Colt and PhD are used together in a zombies map, which is pretty crazy. I really want to put this starting pistol at number 1, but our top 2 are just on a different level, so I'm gonna keep the Black Ops 1 version of the Colt at our number 3 spot. Coming in at our number 2 spot, we have the Bloodhound from Shadows of Evil. Now, this starting pistol looks great. In terms of aesthetics, it's the second best right behind the Black Ops 1 Colt, but what makes the Bloodhound better is the damage. Out of all the starting pistols, the Bloodhound does the most damage. You can take out zombies within 2 to 3 bullets on round 1, and it can be used on round 5 or even 6, which doesn't really sound like a lot, but compared to every other starting pistol in zombies, they become kinda useless after round 3. With that low damage from other starting pistols, you're more likely to just get rid of it before round 4, instead of keeping it the whole game to get it pack-a-punched. With the Bloodhound, however, you're more likely to keep it a little bit longer in game because of that slightly better damage. And when you do get this gun pack-a-punched, it looks even better. Now, in Black Ops 3, again, you don't have PhD, so you do have to be careful while using this gun after you pack-a-punch it. But other than that one negative point, I have nothing but positive things to say about this weapon. So for that, it's going to be coming in at our number 2 spot. Now, for our best starting pistol of all time, we have the Mauser from Origins. First of all, this gun looks really cool. It fits perfectly on Origins with the whole World War II steampunk look. It just looks great. Definitely a lot better than most of the other starting pistols in zombies. And statistically, this starting pistol is also very unique. If you ever decide to get rid of this starting pistol, you can dig it up through the dig sites scattered around the map and you can just get it back, which is the first time ever in zombies that you can get your starting pistol back, minus the really rare occurrence on Mob of the Dead where you can get the Colt out of the box, but that doesn't really count. When you get the Mauser pack-a-punched as well, you get the Boom Hilda, which in my opinion is better than the Mustang and Sally's. The Boom Hilda is super accurate, has more ammo, and does a lot of damage, and has no explosive damage that you have to worry about, so you don't ever have to worry about blowing yourself up. Another thing that was found pretty recently with this pistol is that on the Black Ops 2 version of this gun is the Zoom Hilda effect. If you turn around and walk back while using this starting pistol, you can move really quickly around the map, which completely changed the way that people did speedruns on Origins. Overall, this weapon looks great, it feels solid, and there's so many unique attributes to this starting pistol that other starting pistols just don't have, so for that, it deserves our number 1 spot. Anyways, guys, it's gonna wrap up this video for today. If you did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, do all that. Leave your comments down below if you want to see me do any other type of videos, and yeah, I got nothing much else to say, so peace.